Okay, we're gonna watch Killer Thinks Flirting will save her from prison. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, we're ready. Oh, why can't I hear? Oh, it's
His
muted.
wife, 45-year-old Cynthia, their 2 children, and David's caretaker, 60-year-old Chuck Todd. David had been diagnosed with ALS, which meant he was quickly losing control of his body. David's body was found by his caretaker, lying in his bed, and it appeared that he had died peacefully in his sleep. When the police called David's doctor, asking him to stop,
Oh my God.
he died from ALS. The doctor refused.
You see, Coldest, it's always something with you. You can never just, let me be me. Like, you just come in here. You come in here while I'm trying to watch a video and tell me to put my glasses on. So now I have to put my glasses on this whole time? While I'm watching this 40-minute video? How we feeling? You fucking with him? Okay, back to the video. I really gotta wear these goofy ass glasses. I gotta be like this so the glare isn't there.
Refused, stating that David was very healthy and he didn't believe that ALS caused his death. This forced the police to have an autopsy done on David's body, which revealed that he had died from suffocation.
Ooh.
The police called Cynthia and told her they needed to speak with her because they believed that her husband was murdered.
Due to the fact you're here, I'm gonna read your Miranda warnings. Doesn't mean you're in trouble or anything. It's just
What something's going on?
Well, obviously, I'd like to talk to you, but before
I'll tell you everything I know.
just come in.
Oh my God. Prismix! Thank you for the raid! Oh, that jump scared me every single time.
Because I can't afford a lawyer.
Okay, well, once
Should I call one?
That's entirely up to you. I'm not really a legal counsel.
She probably should have called their lawyer.
You're not being charged. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court.
Can and will be? Like you wanna be?
You've probably seen Law and Order. You probably know these.
Nah, he's funny. Why is he bringing up Law and Order?
Lately.
I haven't.
I know people always say that. Like, remember that show? I'm like, no, I don't. I know, I'm deprived.
Yeah.
Well, at first tell me what is going on.
Well, you were saying a lot of stuff there on scene too. I'd like to ask you what's going on, and you go from there,
Okay, here's what I think happened, James.
Cynthia begins telling the detective about how she met her husband's caretaker, Chuck. She claims she went to visit her father at the RV park where he lived, and there she met Chuck while she was hanging out by the pool.
While we were there, they have a public pool, so this is where I met Chuck.
Relevance?
Todd. And he was a married man.
Okay.
And he is a Marine, and he's like my dad's age. So I was thinking, got to talking, and because you're sitting in the jacuzzi, the kids, you can still watch them swim. So he was in the same park. So again, I started to calling him, and we got closer, and I never thought anything of it, like what now I see has happened. He really likes me, and I don't like him like that. So
here we go.
I mean, not a way it occurred to me. This is in retrospect. Now I can see, because I just had to pull myself to the beginning of where I met him, because it's gone by so fast. Well, since last summer. So then we exchanged phone numbers, and I said, "You really got to meet my dad. You're gonna love my dad. He's a Marine too, and he's a great guy, and I think you guys would hit it off really well." So my dad came once, or I exchanged phone numbers, and they got to know each other. And then my dad started hiring me, so I just thought it'd be good for Chuck, and so they became friends. And then
Cynthia claims that in retrospect, she could tell that Chuck was attracted to her, but she didn't feel the same way. She left the RV park, and when she arrived home, David was gone. He had gone to live in an assisted living center of his own free will. Cynthia explains that it was because he hated having his wife change his adult diapers, but the police would find out later that it was because he was in fear for his life. Cynthia explains that she and her daughter went to find David to try to get him to come back home.
And he was by the nurse's station. So I just said, go. She wouldn't go. She wouldn't go. And I was like, David, why are you here? Why aren't you in your room? Go to the car. 3 times. Go to the car. She wouldn't go. So I had to grab her by the arm and walk her out. And then he said, and then I grabbed his phone because my dad wanted to talk to him on my phone. And that he was like calling the nurse, call the nurse, look what she did, call the police, she assaulted me, she's abusing my daughter, she's being mean. And so all this stuff. And so I got scared and went to his bedroom, and he wouldn't come. And I kept going out the hall like, come on, David, we really need to talk while you're not coming home. And I knew, because he didn't want me to do that, because they had put him in one as soon as he got there, saying it's time to man up now, David, this is what we do when we, it's a man thing.
Right.
And he is a man of all men, so.
What's she talking about?
I grabbed his laptop and I sold it. I sold it. Because I want to see why he's staying there and who he's talking to. Why would he do that? Not come home and tell me, like, lie to me about the whole thing. I mean, and then, so I just went home, and he never came home, and they transferred him to Las Ventas for another month or two, and then he went to Granite Gate, and we would visit. And so I was having very little time with David to know, and he missed us, and we missed him. So, of course, we want him home, just the same, no matter what. And he had already cashed out the life insurance policy to pay for this level of care, too, so.
Oh.
David had a $400,000 life insurance policy, and he was able to draw from it due to his illness. He had withdrawn $200,000 from it and put it into a separate account that Cynthia did not have access to, with the goal of using it for his health care.
We're all good with that. Everything was fine, and he was going to move home. So, but the good part and the different part was we're going to get help. So eventually he came home, and when school started this year, and that was good because then the kids were in school to kind of help get back in the routine when he came home. And I tried to give a new attitude, like, I'm the new sheriff in town. You can't do X, Y, Z anymore.
Girl, what? What you mean your husband is like not, he needs help, a nurse's care, a home caretaker, and you trying to be big sheriff and you can't do this, can't do that. What? Like, I understand to an extent, because, if you're not fully capable of doing things, you shouldn't be, like, exerting yourself, like, your energy and stuff like that. But, like, I don't know, the way she said it, I don't like the way she said it. I don't know, her tone sounded a little weird to me. You guys can't even see my eyes. A little weird to me.
Anymore, because we never had TV, phone, or computers ever at the same time, because he's an engineer and he messes with everything.
Wait,
nothing works anymore because he thinks he's doing us a favor, but he's not. David started having what do you call them? They said dementia or delirium,
like delusions
and stuff. Yeah. And so we had a loft. Keep him busy. He's an engineer. You have to keep him busy. So we'd give him projects. And I thought, okay, well, and that's kind of mean, but that's what you do to keep him busy or he'll drive you nuts. Mm-hmm. So the last project was constructive because he was going to build a loft bed for me to create more room in the bedroom because I was on a single next to him. And we needed more room to work 2 people for Perry Carey's a big guy. Mm-hmm. And so I thought that would help. And then running into stuff too.
Wait, hold on. I know in the beginning they said the condition that he has, his body was getting weaker. So why would she give him heavy lifting to do? Like, construction work. Like, that's not checking out? Like, hello?
He started losing his motor control, so it helped with more room to turn the chair. You need a big swing for his legs. Mm-hmm. So we thought, a loft bed. That's it. So we got him in the garage and miss him so much already. And I wasn't able to grieve because this Chuck was there all the time. So I thought, even though he's antisocial, he doesn't like anyone to be unannounced or come. And then those are the tickers that get him agitated. So you have to keep him.
I understand that.
You can't surprise him like with something like you can't change the channel, you can't, everything's routine. So he'd watch his Fox News and have everything dinner at 5, not 5:05 so when the routine got broken and he gets more agitated, then he gets more frustrated, and the next thing you know, he says I'm killing him or poisoning him all the time. And I never did such a thing. Never. Why you'd think that? I don't know.
You said he's having delusions.
Right.
Girl, you see how she threw that in there? That she sprinkled that in there a little bit. She was like, "Oh yeah, like when he wouldn't get his way and he'd get aggravated, he would just say these things like, oh, I'm poisoning his food out of delusion, because his delusions, it's not real. Like he would just say that when he's agitated." Girl, we already know the truth. You don't need to sit up here and lie. Well, I guess they don't really know. And I'm honestly assuming because, you know, based on the title and stuff. But like still. Like, girl, pack it up. You ain't fooling nobody.
David called 911 on numerous occasions, claiming that he believed his wife was trying to kill him.
Ooh.
Cynthia would always tell the police when they arrived that her husband was suffering from dementia due to his ALS, so David's claims were never looked into.
You see, there were 6 times he called 911.
How does that work? Like, I understand, like, yes, he has a condition, da-da-da, but why, if it's multiple times, like, why hasn't it been looked into so that the situation could be closed so they're not keep on having these calls and, like, I don't know how, I mean, regardless, if someone gets called, they're gonna have to go to the house anyways and investigate, but, like, why hasn't nobody deep dived in that? Someone said they're getting harmed. Like, are we serious? It took the man to perish for them to deep dive into this? Come on.
In like 5 weeks. And I'm talking to my dad, and he said, call Chuck, you know, he'll do anything. He's like your bro, he's family now. Call Chuck. And I didn't want to because I know he did express some feelings for me, and it did make me uncomfortable. So I really hesitated to call him because I didn't want to lead him on. You know,
right.
Oh, wait till my husband dies like thing, you know. Be just you, old man. You know, how crazy. I mean, I watched Sons of Anarchy.
I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard it's very, very good.
Well, I'm so far behind. I mean, who knows? By the time I watch it, it's already the end of the season, and I miss it, and it's so frustrating. But anyway, so he was the last person on earth I honestly wanted to call because I didn't want to lead him on after he was frank with his, you know, his wife just divorced him, and I just felt like this isn't a good situation anymore. He's not a married man and all that.
But so, why was he called then?
But I did. I called him. And
right.
I said, can you come help? David's out of control.
You see how she instantly just started getting teary? Like, oh yeah, I called him. Like, you meant to call him, babes. I feel like there's no... Why would you react that way? Like, hello? Also, I don't know why was he called? Hold on, let's watch the video and find out.
Cynthia claims she was at her wit's end when she decided to ask Chuck to come help her with David. In exchange, she would give him a free room in their home. Chuck's only job was to care for David at night, so Cynthia could sleep.
Fine.
So Chuck came like just those last couple days, I guess, is when all of a sudden it's like a dial. He was more quiet at night when he did night shift. I didn't hear the banging anymore. Oh, I slept so hard finally because I could sleep for more than 3-4 hours at a time. And when I went into the bedroom, I saw him that morning, and he looked really peaceful. I'll never forget it. But I didn't know he had passed. So I didn't want to wake him because he's sleeping. This is something new. He doesn't sleep for very long, and then he'll yell again. We're trying to kill him, he'd say things, but he's been saying that for months.
Yeah.
So you couldn't take it personal. You just had to say, I'm the caregiver and he's my husband.
You see how she's trying to build that narrative of like, oh no, he says this is normal, so you can't take it personal. He doesn't mean it. Girl. And then also as a caregiver, if he's normally not quiet, why are we like ignoring that? All because it's peace and quiet so you could finally like be at peace yourself. Like, if you're taking care of someone and they're acting out of character, you should be checking on them, no? Like, she just like, with this whole statement alone, it just showed that she really didn't care about him at all.
He's not the same person, and the kids, we all learn that. That's not dad right now. That's a kind of crazy cuckoo dad. And I don't know what happened. And if someone really did kill him, it wasn't me, and I didn't do it. Then why would they have done that? He's a dying man anyway. Why would they have done that? I wanted to know he died in peace. And the lady must have come in and said he was fine and left. And then the next day he died. So can you believe that? No one thought he was ready to die but me. I mean, or who, you know?
What she mean by
We
that?
don't know with the truth. We get him cleaned up and he looks so good and it's a good compliment to.
Wait, what she mean by that? No one knew he was ready to die but her. Baby, that's self-incriminating. You did it. You were the only one that knew he was on the verge of death. So how would he all of a sudden suddenly die? Nobody would have known that to like plan a murder again around it. Pack it up. Why is this video ever this long? Pack it up. We already got her. We already got her.
Caregiver, because he didn't have bed sores, nothing for 2 years in the chair. That means we did our rotations. Yeah, we did the best care we could. I had to get him out of there. I didn't think this before now, though. It was Chuck. And Chuck said he would stay and help me paint it and all these ideas. And I didn't want him around anymore. I didn't know what else to do with him. I had to let the caregiver go. What happened with Chuck is, I couldn't get any time, and he just started controlling everything, and it was nice, but then I didn't have time to grieve yet. I wanted to just be alone with my family and grieve. Well, I told him, I said, look, I need this space. I need to know this. I can do this. And it's important we become our family now and that they know it. And so he was offended. And he said, you're kicking me out after all I've done for you. And I don't understand that. And I'm like, whatever. I don't know what to say, Chuck. I really need my space now. And
after her husband died, Cynthia told Chuck that he needed to leave. Chuck was very upset when he heard this news, so upset that he waited until Cynthia and her children were driving down the road, and he decided to follow them. At one point, Chuck began to drive very aggressively.
Oh, it's giving obsessive. Pack him up. Get him out of here. It's giving obsessive. I was about to be like, oh, you think he's obsessive? Like, he's really like, he's delusional himself, thinking that she want him, even though she clearly stated that she didn't, but that he still had a chance. But no, like, he's over here following them after she said to kick him out, after saying he gotta go. Oh no.
Almost pushing Cynthia off the road.
But when we were driving there, he was going really fast and he had in his back seat sleeping and he was going off the road like 90 miles an hour and stuff. So it really made me nervous. So I tried to pass him one time and I did. And we finally got him and called him and said, pull over. And I laid into him like, what are you thinking? What's wrong with you? Why would you drive so fast?
Like, I don't know what lingo she's saying right now.
You know, he said first when I told him I'm kicking him out. Well, now he says, well, you're just dumping me. There was no we. See? He got more upset and upset. He's driving like a nut, you know, like.
He's trying to get your attention.
He got out of his car and then he wanted me to pull in first and him pull behind me. And I said, no, Chuck, go ahead. You pull in because I'm already here, might as well. And when he pulled in, then I pulled in front of him like, we're going to stay. And then I just rolled the window down and said, Chuck, it's really late. And I'm really uncomfortable. Or he had come to the car and said, okay, Tosh, I want to take this lady out. And I don't know if it was he meant out like on the town or out to the jacuzzi. I know he had mentioned that before, and that's why I was thinking, I don't like this. I'm very uncomfortable now. He's not married, and I have my kids, and I don't know what he wants from me anymore. Got really mad, and he started throwing bags at us, and he started hitting me, and so then I just pulled away and told the kids lock the doors, and we left. And I was still so panicking from Chuck's reaction. And then he started screaming things when he did that too. He was trying to get me alone to tell me something. And I don't know what, but I didn't want to hear it. I remember thinking, let's just go. We'll talk tomorrow. You're overreacting, Chuck. I don't know why you're doing this. And then we got lost, got on the freeway, 95 something east. And as soon as I got on the freeway, Chuck came out from just the side and tried to drive me off the road. So, maybe no, it's Chuck. And I was like, call 911, call 911. And I didn't know what to do. So
This
the
man
next
is
exit
crazy.
off the freeway, because he's in front of us now, I exited. And I sat up there, and then he went under the bridge, and he came up the ramp, the entrance part.
Mm-hmm.
So then there was a gas station there and Getting Public. So first thing, I just drove straight to this gas station where there were some big guys there, and I was saying help.
You know what? At least she has some sense to like go to somewhere that's public so that she's not, you know, just getting chased by this man.
Help. And everyone's screaming, so I didn't know what to do. And then those guys said, come over here, come over here. And they surrounded the car, and then they wouldn't let him get to the car. And then the police finally came.
When the police arrived on scene, Chuck was still there, so he would be arrested and taken away. What Cynthia doesn't know is that Chuck was interviewed, and during that interview, he claimed that both he and Cynthia had murdered David together. He wouldn't give the police...
Oh! Oh, you see? You're done. Oh, you're done. This is why she was mad. This is why he was mad. He was like, there's no way you're about to let me get put to jail by myself when we was in this together. Oh, you see, it's making sense now. It's making sense.
Any more details and just stop talking. The problem was, there was no physical evidence linking Cynthia to the murder. There was the possibility that Chuck was trying to get back at Cynthia by saying she helped him. The police decided to play a little trick on Cynthia. An officer would call her pretending to be the research center that had David's body. He told her that after doing the autopsy, he knew that David was murdered. He wouldn't go to the police if Cynthia paid him, and he would make it all go away. Cynthia told the undercover officer that she had no idea what he was talking about, and she hung up the phone.
But why would she believe that? That's mad obvious, no? And then, first of all, second of all, is that even legal for cops to do that? To be like, pretending they're like person that was doing the autopsy and being like, oh yeah, I could pay you off, da-da-da. Like, how's that legal? I feel like that seems wrong. Like, what are we... Cops moving a little weird here, I don't know. I don't know. Also, side note, I need to get like a hotkey so that I'm not manually switching scenes every time. Anyways.
I got home and it was the longest day of my life, and then the car didn't start, and then the kids are hungry, and I got home and I was just tired, and I got this phone call from someone saying that they were from Biological Resource Center, and that's who has David's body right now. I think. I don't know anymore, because then they said they sent it back and they can tell he's been strangled, and that's strangled or asphyxiated or something. And so he described it to me. That's a lack of oxygen. So now he's telling me he didn't die of natural causes. Then this other phone call from the same people came in again. It's a Biological Resource Center, and the guy said, you can make all this go away. You just... And I'm like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, because I don't. What do you mean? How does it go away? It has to be proper. How are you handling his body? And I'm getting upset, thinking, what the heck's going on? And then he asked for money. So I don't know what's going on.
What did he ask for?
He said, it'll all go away, and you know, for what for? And I just said, no, I don't know what for. And he said, just money. We just want money. So I just said, I'm hanging up now, and hung up. And then bam, bam, you were on the door.
Yeah.
What's going on? You tell me. This is...
We were contacted by a homicide investigator down there in Phoenix who was contacted by that Biological Services, and they did see evidence consistent with an asphyxiation.
So they're doubling down.
It's called.
Yeah, like a lack of oxygen.
Or they're telling the truth.
As he was... It appears to be an unnatural death.
An unnatural death. So he was asphyxiated. He was strangled.
Not strangled.
What?
They said there wouldn't appear to be strangulation. It appears to be asphyxiation, like smothered. So
why she look like?
Obviously, I wanted to talk to you and see what's going on.
What the hell? I wouldn't suspect, but anything but Chuck now if I had to say anything, because I didn't know he would go.
Well, what's the story? I mean, with Chuck. I know you kind of went over everything.
Right. I think he just is so thinking he would have done us a favor. Like if he.
Listen, you said don't laugh at the woman. I'm crying. No, because like I am. Because I don't believe anything she says. Like everything that she's saying is a joke. Because why is she looking like that, acting like that, girl? You was a part of it. You had to be. Maybe she's not, but like I don't know, the way she's talking about it, like okay, miss.
Did that. He never told me. He never.
Well, I'm very invested.
Obviously, he couldn't have told me. I would have called the police, you know.
Why she said it like that? You see,
we
like
were fine. We just needed help. So I don't know why he would have done that. If he did, he's the only one in my house that would have done it. Am I on video?
We have video in all the rooms.
So I had asked him, kind of jokingly too, kind of like, are you giving him extra meds or something, or what's? I don't know what happened. You will find out if it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, whatever you're saying it is, it's not natural. Find out who did that. So I think he slowly suffocated. Well, I liked it. Thought he just died peacefully.
That's what you want to think, of course. That's what you want to get away with.
Now you're saying he didn't.
I'm not saying he didn't die.
Nah, this woman went through. Bro, she went through like the whole box of tissues. Look at that. Oh no. And then she's just leaving it on the I mean, I guess it gets to a point, right? Like, your pockets are gonna get full, but like, dang. All them fake tears? Like, she really doing a big one with her acting skills.
Now you're saying he didn't.
I'm not saying he didn't die peacefully. I'm just saying he didn't die naturally.
She there for the free
Cynthia will now make
tissues.
sure the detective knows how heartbroken she is when she found her husband's body. She is attempting to manipulate the detective
At
by
this
placing
point.
doubt in his mind about her involvement. By showing heartbroken behavior, she hopes to present herself as a grieving spouse rather than a killer.
When I went in there that
Right.
day, I remember yelling at him, why didn't you try to resuscitate him? And I tried resuscitation, and they pulled me off him. And said it was too late, but they didn't even try.
Well,
I mean, that's why I was mad, because they didn't even try. How do they know when they walk in how long he's been dead? 5 minutes, 2 minutes? I know it's not what he wants.
I think the
but
professionals
it's
know.
not normal to not try. So I was angry at him for a long time and tried to fire everyone and make everyone leave and no one would. And then here I am and I don't understand what's going on. Why? Someone would do this to him. He didn't do anything but fight. I don't know. I don't think anyone did. I like to think he just died in his peace and his sleep that night.
But he didn't, babe, so, and we both know that.
He leaves with me the week before in the driveway. He came out to help. And he said he wanted to, and he was gonna hold the broom, and he was in a good mood or a good thing then, you know. He came and went, so it was nice, and it was awesome, and the tree leaves were there, and we were making a big pile of them, and Dale played.
By recalling happy memories, Cynthia is trying to show that she loved her husband.
Right, I was just about to say, I'm like,
she is not a monster.
I was like, why is she trying to paint a nice, beautiful picture for the investigator? Like, if she really cared about this man, like, he was running away from you in the beginning. That's what in the beginning of this video she's talking about how he wanted to go. He was in the one of the homes, the retirement homes, because he didn't want to be with you. Like, girl, goodbye.
Her goal is to soften how the detective perceives her.
It wasn't like I thought. I romanticized him dying in my arms almost. Like it would be more, say the things you need to say. It wasn't like that at all. I didn't have a chance to say anything. Because it was tough and I regret saying some of the things I did now. I wanted more time with him. Wow, you're saying someone suffocated him? Strangled him?
Well, once again, they didn't say strangled. They said suffocated. I
And
guess
that's
there's
different?
specific things they notice.
Well, why would they call me and ask me for money? Because he said,
That's new to me.
I'm in a position, he said, to either send the body back to the first place, and I forgot what it was called, that place they go. Did he go there? Because he said, no, the body never went there. It came to me. And he took identity that he has the body. He has my husband's body. And if I give him enough money or something, this will all go away.
See, that's new to me.
Do they know we don't have money? Where they think we cash the life
Obviously,
insurance to pay for care?
the
How or where do they think I have money? Everyone thinks a widow is going to have all this money. Really? Do they not know?
Zumi K, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
What medical bills it caused?
in this day and age. Yeah,
4 years of this.
I can't.
We have no money. Why would they think I even have that kind of money to pay off anybody for anything?
I don't know.
When a killer voluntarily brings up life insurance and insists they didn't get any of the money, that is a major behavioral tell. This means they were thinking about motive before the detectives mention it. In Cynthia's case, her husband did take money out of the life insurance, but there was still $200,000 left. Cynthia knew the longer he was alive, the less money would be left for her.
No, I should tell you this other.
Pack her up. See, you see? And this is you can't trust nobody. She really sat here and was like, she knew the longer he was see, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a thing. But you see, it's kind of adding up the pieces, because she was the only one that knew about the fact that he was dying soon. And now she's the only one that's gonna know about the life insurance thing. So pack it up. I think they're waiting for like her to admit to it at this point. They have some patience, them detectives, right? Cause girl, I don't. I barely have patience. My patience is like my mother's, okay? And if anybody met my mother, you know, patience run thin. Like, but at the same time, it's like, I know, they know all these things and they know she's lying, but they really just sit in there and just like, you know, having to listen to her, have to play it up like they're dumb and don't know certain things just to get a confession. Like, you know what? They got it. Cause I can never. I'll be like, girl, you did it. Just admit that you did it, and like, come on, let's wrap this up. But you know, you can't do that as a detective.
That happened that summer too. So this Lou
Probably get fired
got
first
David
day.
convinced I was having affairs because I would pull up ChristianMingle.com, and this was just a period between husband and wife where he kept saying, well, Cindy, you're just going to marry some rich man and you'll be fine. And I said, no, I'm not going to be.
Girl, I'm sorry. She went on what.com? Nah, she went on some dating website. You're cheating. Period. She looks like a girl from 90 Day Fiance. I never watched that. And now I want to know who she looked like from 90 Days. From that show. 90 Day Fiance. Okay. Back to it.
Fine, because I'm not remarried, and let me just show you what's out there. And it was between us, Mike, and we were laughing at this one guy's profile. We didn't pay money, so it's not like we can talk to him and talk back. I mean, it's just like a smiley icon and things, from what I learned. But I went to Christian Mingle, A, I'm Christian, and B, they have a prayer group. And I can go in there and talk to other women that have lost husbands and with children and stuff. And so I talked to a few people then.
Okay.
I paid one site for.
Okay, but I was yapping and I didn't hear, and I'm too lazy to rewind it. But if it was meant for widows, that was her motive. Then it was like she already knew she was gonna be a widow. Let me continue watching before I confuse myself. They're probably gonna tell me the answer right now.
Triggered all this. I think a lot of those sites hitting my website then. So David knows it's not true. I mean, we have an unequivocal marriage. That's just so, that's the last thing we did. I mean, why?
Investigators would eventually gain access to Cynthia's email, and they found that she was a member of several dating websites. They also found proof that she had been going on dozens of dates with various men while she was supposed to be caring for her husband. So
it was before! It was before the death! Ow! I hit my hand. But that's how true it is. Yo, she's sick. She's sick. She was planning this from the jump. You see, she was like, oh, how she was laughing, how she knows she gonna find a rich husband. No, she was looking for that rich husband. Cause she was money hungry. See, again, it just goes to show the patience that these people have. Because they already know that she's been on these dating websites and it wasn't just for fun and to laugh at the profiles and that you couldn't text them. Baby was going there to cheat. Oh, wait. I got text message of who the woman looked like. And you know what? Wait, I see it. What they kind of look alike? Y'all see it? I fake see it. That's her with the perm and stuff eyeliner. Literally. Now we're back at the dating apps thing, I guess. So they're trying to, I guess they're going to talk about that.
Evidence they found would contradict her story, that she only entered a Christian dating site to receive prayers.
Right.
No, this wasn't even through the website. I had met this.
Why not go to a church? Like, you sound stupid.
And I'll never forget it because he said he was a retired policeman. So I was like, cool. And that's cool. You know, I honor these guys, you know, and anyone in uniform. So, and I got to talking to him, and he seemed really nice because he was volunteering to take these two boys to the park. And I thought, what a beautiful thing. Yeah. He's a neat guy, you know, and I don't know, I let my mind go, like, you know, maybe, you know.
Maybe.
And so he said, do you want to be friends with benefits? I had no idea what that meant. Okay, so I'm picturing, because we had talked about Facebook, so I was thinking it was one of those icons, special thing that you, benefit. Yeah, like an icon you push.
Girl.
So then, I mean, he was really good.
Girl, don't. When was this made? This was recent. This was made a month ago. I don't know how long this case was, but you gonna sit here and tell me you don't know what friends with benefits mean? At your big age. Girl, get out of here. I thought it was an icon on Facebook. Don't use your old age now to like try and cover up. Girl, we know you know. She's laughing, she knows.
I have to put that in there. But anyway, so when my kid's in tow going to leave, typical, I couldn't even find my phone. So, and I'm thinking he was smart in retrospect. So I gave him my phone number to call it. And sure enough, it had just dropped in the leaves going to put out a fight or something. And so then I was just learning how vulnerable I really am to this because he's good. Yeah. I mean, he got my phone number now because I lost my phone. Did I really lose my phone? Or did he like just toss it when I went to help the kids? And then I asked him to call it so I could find it. So he has my phone number now. That was involuntarily because I didn't see that coming. And then if kids in tow, throw the stuff in the truck. And then he went to kiss me and hug me. And I was like, okay, this is a little, I'm a hugger. Now I know I can't hug. I've already gotten myself in so much trouble by being a friendly hugger. Well, you can't hug. So then he went to kiss me. And my daughter's like, what is he doing? And I'm like, I don't know. But I'm going to find out. And I was like, excuse me, what the heck is going on? And he said, well, you said. And I said what? And he said, well, you said you'd be friends with benefits. And I'm like, what am I missing here? So I learned kind of the hard way that this is not a ballpark you play with again. And then I called him a few times after because he was really, I don't know, he didn't want anything to do with me. So, which was rightfully so. I'm a nut. And I was like,
I'm sorry, but she said she didn't know what friends with benefits was, and that she, you know, pushed him away and was like, no, I'm not doing that. I just want to be friends. But then you said you called her after? I mean, called him after and tried to like hang out and stuff like that, knowing his intention? Something's adding up here. The detective's like, this so tea. No, literally, like, they getting all the tea right now. Mind you, I feel like all this, I mean, I guess it's not really that, like, what is the word? Oh my god, I'm blinking. Relevant. I guess it's not it's still relevant in a sense that it's a motive, like she was talking to these people, so that's why she wanted to like get rid of her husband. But like, they don't really need to know all the tea for real.
Oh yeah, you gotta get to know me. I'm still married, but you get it. No, it's not gonna work. Okay, I know that. So then that had nothing to do with the website thing. It was just a weird day at the park. Yeah. So I didn't know what to do. So whatever.
You hear her nervous laugh?
I don't know. I just thought you should know that. So when I did leave that with the camper back there, I'm sorry, I'm all over the map. That's because I didn't take my pills today.
Well, that's like you said. I'm just trying to keep up.
Don't blame the
Silence
meds,
is very
girl.
hard for guilty people. Non-stop talking often signals extreme internal stress. Ironically, talking too much can cause contradictions, so a detective will usually let the suspect continue talking as much as they want. The detective lets Cynthia ramble on for another 20 minutes before he asks her about Chuck. Cynthia claims that after he tried to run her off the road, Chuck was arrested for telling the police he strangled David.
Well, they took him because I think I heard strangulation. Yeah, before they separated him, he said, I strangled somebody. So then I was like, what's going on?
He said he strangled somebody?
Yeah, and I think he said he strangled David.
Did he?
That's what
Why
I
didn't you
think.
say that earlier? That's kind of...
Well, because that's why I was wondering why he was freaking out. Like he had to talk to me, remember?
Here she goes.
I didn't want to be alone with him anymore. I finally got him out of my house, and things were following plan.
Where's he
he's
at
gonna
now?
stay there.
Where was this at when this
He's
happened?
in jail now.
In Nevada, you're saying?
Yeah, that's a problem.
Where in Nevada is he?
Henderson police I called 911 when he tried to run me off the road, and then
is the tears coming back?
Separated us, and when the police got there, it took forever. I never swore. I thought I have yet to get to Vegas. I go there to this campsite and to my dad's house. That's as far as I've got. I am not the party girl people think. I am blonde because my husband made me have blonde hair.
Oh my God, so sad. I'm a grown woman and I had another grown woman force me and tell me to do what I want with my hair. Girl, get out of here. First of all, I don't know, that looks like it's her natural hair color, no? Or maybe like she need like bleach it more blonde. Cause like right here, it's given like a dirty, like dark kind of brown. I mean blonde. No? Like, and then this also just looks like grown out hair. This looks like it's her natural hair and this looks like it's what's bleached. She got some balayage. I feel like if it was a balayage, it would have been more like blended here. But you know what? Maybe it's you know what? Maybe it's just the video quality. But girl, you're already blonde, so I'm confused on your statement why you're so upset that you are more blonde. Like, I don't. Oh, you know what it is? She's trying to paint him as a bad person. There it is. She's trying to paint him as a bad person. Yeah.
Why that night he said he just really needed me alone and wanted to take me out, and I didn't know if that meant to the jacuzzi where I met him, you know, just sitting side by side watching kids play in the pool. I mean, it was innocent enough, but I think a lot has gone on that he thinks he's a hero now to me because he came and helped. I never attempted to do that. I would never have, and now I think that's what he's thinking. We were going to be this couple.
No.
He's like 68 years old.
I haven't met him, but obviously...
I know, it's really weird.
I'm very interested in talking to him.
Well, he's in jail.
Chuck would eventually tell the police everything, and the first thing he said was when he met Cynthia, she fell for him very quickly. Every chance she could get away from her husband and see Chuck, she took. In fact, it was her idea to move Chuck in so they could hook up while her husband and children were sleeping.
Strangulation.
Oh! Nah, that's wicked. While they are sleeping, nah. And she just straight up lying, like, no, I didn't do it. Like, she really out here trying to just pin it all on Chuck. Chuck's like, oh, hell no. You going down with me, baby.
I mean, that's what Chuck was saying when we pulled in and the police came, and I had the window down a little bit so I could communicate. And I heard him saying strangulation. I strangled somebody. So I'm like, oh my God. This can't happen. He killed my husband. He killed David. He killed David, or is he saying I strangled David? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I didn't want him to sleep in the house. I wanted him to stay in the camper, and he refused. Because my dad's like, you just call Chuck and he'll come help you now. Sounds like David's getting close to passing and
pushing the whole thing of tissue.
La la la. But Chuck drives me crazy. He talks. He's an old man. It's like the same story stuff. Oh, fries.
I said I got claustrophobic, and fries.
The day before Thanksgiving was awful. We had a guy pushing us, and Walmart hit our cart. And I will never do the Black Friday thing again. Because it's the last Christian. I mean, people are mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Knocked over this whole thing of DVDs in Target a couple years when I tried the Black Friday thing. Oh, and that's why I was mad at Chuck not long, because when he came once for my birthday just to give me something, I thought it was more trouble than it was worth, and please don't. But he did. He showed up, kissed me on the lips in my driveway.
Chuck did?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Don't you didn't want that.
I mean, I know this guy he told me he loved me. And I couldn't, but he promised he wouldn't do that again. And
Here goes the fake
he would
tears.
keep everything separate, his feelings. Because this isn't about that. Right now, we're in survival mode here. We are in crisis. But when my dad heard, I think he got really upset. He never liked David very much. It's because he didn't understand our faith. He's not Christian. He doesn't understand commitment of a covenant marriage. He doesn't understand it. She flipped out, so she needs to go back to her AA classes, apparently. And then Chuck came, and I moved back in our camper, and so that was the last time I saw him.
Well, let me ask you this. Obviously, you're telling me Chuck told you he strangled your husband?
No, I'm assuming he said that. Because he said something about strangling when I heard him today. When the police had him over there, and I was over here with kids crying and stuff, and I had the window down a little bit, I thought I heard the word struggle. Or strangle or struggle. Something. So I'm thinking.
See how she's changing the story?
My dad told me Chuck's in jail for murder. I'm thinking, oh my God. He murdered my husband. I mean, I'm still just trying to get this.
I mean, why do you think
he would
Chuck
do that?
did it?
Because he loves me. He told me.
Yeah.
If he did it and then I refused him, so he did it for nothing. Why would he have done that?
Girl. Stop the cap. You been knew this man loved you. And you loved him from the jump. Chuck said you fell for him. Off it. So you knew what was going on. There you go.
Idea of killing her husband while they were hanging out in the garage drinking wine. Cynthia had realized that David was blowing through all the money, and she wanted to know the best way to kill him. Chuck mentions wrapping a plastic bag around his head, and that's when they began to plan the murder. Cynthia told him they could finally be together and reap the rewards of David's house and his money if he helped her do it. The following night, they both entered David's room while he was sleeping. Cynthia pulled out a trash bag, and Chuck grabbed a pillow, and together, they took David's life.
Because he said that too, you owe me. And I didn't know what he meant. What do I owe him? He bought the kids a ping pong table. It was $150. I didn't want him to. And then I agreed, okay, if you set it up. And so that's all they did Thanksgiving, him and my dad, is set up the ping pong table. It never occurred to me that someone would do that, or that he did it, or he didn't. I don't know yet. We don't know, right, the facts yet.
No.
Right. We don't know, right?
Oh,
Trying to make sure she's clear.
I guarantee you that.
I couldn't tell him that because I think he's thinking this whole time that I'm he's falling in love with me, I'm falling in love with him, it's going to work out, we're just going to be this new couple, he loves the kids. He always says how much he misses, he's a teacher of 25 years, so he loves kids.
Well, obviously, I'm going to be talking to Chuck here pretty shortly. Is there anything you think he's going to tell me that you haven't already told me?
No. I mean, everyone talked about how easy it would be to, not easy to kill him, but to,
Well, no, but I mean, what might Chuck
What you mean by that?
say to him or something like that, just so I...
What you mean by that?
that I would have married him or something, and I never said that. I can't, I'm trying to picture what because I was thinking about it too, like, what does he think I owe him for?
Right.
Like he did me a favor? Killing my husband. I owe him? That's what's going through my head.
Like I said, I don't know your
I don't know
Chuck's
either.
dynamic.
This
I
is
don't
hitting
know.
me like, okay, I know he got really upset when I told him. He said right away, "You're kicking me out after all I've done." And I was like, you changed diapers maybe 2 or 3 times. I mean, he didn't even do real pericare. He just did more restraining, and then there wasn't much of that at the end anyway.
Chuck, in his
So
own
he was
mind,
just there for no reason.
saw you suffering. I mean, I think anyone from a third-party perspective could see your situation. You were suffering a lot. It was every day, all day. It was a struggle to get by. I think.
You know, kills.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm sure that's what was going on in his mind. That makes sense.
Is he that crazy?
It makes sense in a way. If he was coming from third party, maybe viewed himself as kind of a white knight to come help you in a situation. Right. I imagine you probably were joking or something and made an off-color comment. You already said you guys were joking about it in the house.
No, not to kill anyone.
Well, something where, oh, he's still alive, stuff like that. But my point is...
No, I never allowed anyone to talk like that, but the kids started to say mean things, too.
Well, I mean, you even said yourself, I mean, you guys would say it, but it makes sense.
Say killing her.
Well, say he's still alive and things like that.
Yeah. I can't tell you. I just know I went to bed that night. And I actually complained that day because the night before I was like, why couldn't you stop him from banging? I did say that. Like, you're here for something. Why was I still up almost all night from the banging? And so he probably took it about it.
Did you talk to Chuck
What
at
banging?
all, or did you go straight to bed?
I probably had a cigarette with him in the garage. That was kind of the meeting spot area.
Okay, and then what'd you guys talk about in the garage?
Who knows? Everything. He always talked about stuff.
I mean, what kind of stuff?
Christmas, Dad coming for Thanksgiving, I imagine.
Did you guys talk about David when you were out there?
I think so.
Look at her. Look at her covering her mouth because she knows she's lying. She knows she's lying.
I don't know. I wouldn't remember from night to night. No, he's made several passes at me. In the garage, he did this the other night. And that's why I didn't want he goes, trust me. And then he put his hand further up my leg and said, trust me. And I said, knock it off.
Was that the night? That Thursday night when he did
It could have been. It was real.
What was he saying? Trust me about? Do you know?
I don't know. His hand on my leg. I don't know. Why would you do that? He was trying to flirt or something?
I'm sure. He was making a pass.
Right, so I just said, knock it off.
Earlier in this interrogation, Cynthia makes it very clear that she loves a man in a uniform. Now, she touches the detective's upper thigh, not once, but twice, making sure to look directly into his eyes. As a last resort, she believes if she can get the detective to fall for her, he may just ignore that she may be the killer.
Okay, but once again, when I...
Oh, is right, because there's no way. There is no way, because I'm like, okay, maybe they're like, it's a stretch, you know, because like, you know, videos is going to be a little clickbaity, whatever. But I'm like, wait, she really sat there and said she likes a man in a uniform. And then touching up the thigh. Like, me personally, like, if I was like trying to say what the guy did, like if the guy touched my leg, I'm doing it to myself. I'll be scared to touch the detective. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she really did it multiple times, she knew what she was doing. Obviously it didn't work, but I wonder how uncomfortable that man probably felt.
He's not going to say you guys had an actual relationship or anything, nothing physical at least, or anything like that.
No, he tried, when the jacuzzi, I know, I ran my hand across his once.
Oh.
Okay, I mean.
And curious.
Yeah.
And I regret it.
Okay.
She said she was curious? She was curious. So she just casually just did it.
And there's nothing there.
Okay, but
to work with,
like
no.
There's no way she just did him that dirty. Nah, this girl's mad and petty as fuck. Nah. She said, you're not packing, baby. Nah, she dead ass wrong for that. She wrong for that.
We didn't sleep together, nothing like that. But he wanted to. I know he put it. That's why this last time I knew I do not go to the jacuzzi with him. Do not. Just don't do it. Just go to a hotel. What could be so hard? Serious. I tried drinking last summer. It didn't work. 3 beers, I think I made it to, and then I was out for 2 hours.
In the end, Chuck agreed to testify against Cynthia in exchange for a plea deal. Chuck told the story of how he met Cynthia, began having an affair with her, and then moved in with her and her husband. He explained how Cynthia offered him herself, her home, and her money if he would help her kill her husband. Chuck would be sentenced to 16 years in prison for his part in the crime. Because of Chuck's confession, Cynthia would receive multiple life sentences, with no chance of parole. David was a man trapped in his own home and his own body. He begged for help, but Cynthia would tell everyone it was his disease that made him delusional. David tried to hide his money from her, and he even tried to move out, but in the end, Cynthia would take his life. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you think Chuck was lying about her being in the room when David was killed? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
She looked even more like that one from 90 Days right there, right? Bro, where is it? Oh.
David.
No, they really do look alike. Like, I'm seeing it. That's kind of scary. Like, I don't know. That's a bit scary. But she's sentenced to life, though. She's sentenced to life, so there's no way she could be on that show. No way. Unless it was before, but I doubt it. Honestly. Okay, let me take these glasses off. Lord. Honestly, what does Chuck have to lose? Why would he lie? Why would he lie about all that? And honestly, I feel like during that whole investigation, like, they never said that Chuck was lying or found out anything that he was lying. But they knew that Miss Woman over here was lying for sure. So she probably did do it, and she had mad motives. She was she was cheating on the man from the jump. She already found her new husband. She knew he was dying. So she knew how much insurance money was there. And she knew she was going to be able to keep it once he perishes. So, and she didn't like the man either. She was talking about how he was mad, like, annoying to handle and take care. Girl, wrap it up. You did it. And I'm happy she got sentenced 3 times to jail, whatever. Because ain't no way.